Hello there and welcome to our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 31st day of October 2023. And these are our top stories. President Yoweri Museveni unveils a $405 million five-star hotel targeting business and leisure travelers. Energy Minister Ruth Nankabirwa seeks to empower UNOC to source and supply petroleum products. Opposition Chief Whip Nambeshe maintains stand on abducted NUP supporters and they want to return to house. And in sports, Giants Kenya set to tussle Zambia in the Victoria Cup's second game clash. Hello there and welcome once again. On sign language it is Elizabeth Nakakuni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, and we are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has highlighted the importance of the private sector in Uganda's social and economic growth aspirations. He noted that the country is a prime center of doing business and urged investors to inject more money into the economy. And as we hear from our reporter, Dennis Sigoa, Mr. Museveni was opening the 4 Points by Sheraton five-star hotel here in Kololo in Kampala.
The Sheraton 4.5-star hotel located in Lower Kololo has cost the investors $40 million to set up and directly employs 250 people. While formally opening its doors to the clients, President Yoweri Museveni noted the importance of the facility in Uganda's steadily growing hotel and hospitality sector.
So I was checking how many we have now. We have got 28,000. So you have now added another how many? 142 rooms is what? The 142 bedrooms, you would call them. So I really thank you for coming.
He also highlighted the benefits of a strong and resilient private sector in the social and economic growth aspirations of Uganda.
The private sector easily grows the economy for you. And if the economy is strong, you can afford to be independent because the economy is strong. And who is strengthening this? The private sector. They are the ones who are growing the crops. Like some of the speakers, we are talking about the agriculture of Uganda, the food. Who is growing the food? The food. It's not the government. It is the private sector, it is the farmers.
The investors envisage to contribute positively to the national exchequer through tax revenues.
We looked around in Kampala, we saw what was missing, and this is what we brought to your doorstep. And we made sure it's world-renowned. It is the one that you can go anywhere in the world to a Marriott facility and find yourself as good as what you got in Kampala anywhere else in the world.
This is in addition to providing ready market for agricultural products through locally sourcing over 90% of ingredients curated across the hotel's menus.
We made it a conscious decision that we want to support the local communities. We want to ensure that there is consistency. And of course, this country is so blessed. I think some of the best fruits and vegetables are in this country. You look at the watermelon, you look at the pineapple, you look at the oranges, everything is just amazing.
The Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Tourism Board, Lilia Jarova, emphasized attracting more investment in the sector to achieve the desired 40,000 bedroom capacity.
So we are still short. Just adding 142 to 28,000. Yes, it is an addition, but we will still need more. And the more of the quality that we require is really from 3-star upwards, because most of what we have is below that. And according to international standards, to host international conferences, meetings, the quality of facilities have to be from 3 stars.
The peaceful, pleasant and profitable business environment is attributed to the increased foreign direct investments in various sectors of Uganda's economy. The official opening of Sheraton 4 Points is a major boost to Uganda's hospitality and hotel industry, boasting of 142 rooms specially customized for the business and leisure travelers. Dennis Igoa for UBC News in Kololo, Kampala.
The government has emphasized the move to empower the Uganda National Oil Company to supply fuel and gas in Uganda. Minister for Energy and Mineral Development Ruth Nankabirwa tabled for first reading the Petroleum Supply Amendment Bill 2023 to incorporate UNOC into the business. Nankabirwa insists that the capacity of UNOC is justifiable and asked Parliament to expedite the legislation process. Under the current arrangement, Uganda imports petroleum through the oil marketing companies with structures in Kenya and Tanzania.
Minister for Energy and Mineral Development Ruth Nankabirwa has presented the Petroleum Supply Amendment Bill 2023 for the first reading.
I beg to lay on table the certificate of financial implication to this petroleum supply amendment.
The bill is referred to the Committee on Natural Resources to be processed as per Rule 129 of the Rules of Procedure.
The move is to amend the Principal Act and initiate a stand to allow Uganda National Oil Company to source and supply petroleum products to the available licensed oil marketing companies in Uganda.
Calling upon support from Ugandans. It will hurt me to see a Ugandan really hitting down on your own oil company.
Minister Nankabirwa draws arguments from the experience which has partly kept Uganda's hands tied for long while dancing to the tunes of imported structures.
The international prices, I have no say. But the multi-layered system of Kenya, which end up making the cost of the fuel at the pump price high, is what I'm trying to work out with. So I'm expecting that the cost will not be, increased because of the new policy. No, I don't expect that. And for the money, you watch the space, okay? I am not going to ask for money from Matia Kasaija to do the business.
When asked about the capacity of UNOC in handling this huge project, the minister answered in affirmative.
And the oil marketing companies have understood. So when you see your co-wife crying more than you, the mother of the dead child, then you know there is a problem. Okay? If your co-wife cries more when you've lost a child, then you know that she may be the cause of the death. Can you welcome your own company? Let them try.
Despite the stages of legislation, UNOC is already in advanced stages after it negotiated a financing partner, Vitol Bahrain EC, which will provide working capital and ensure a competitive pricing of petroleum products.
That with the mandate that government has entrusted on us and with the team that we have, we will be able to deliver this mandate. And on top of that, we are riding on the back of a very reputable company, Vitol, which is the #1 independent global trader with a turnover last year in excess of 500 billion. And they will be working with us in financing this business, and we are sure we will deliver competitive pricing.
However, Minister Nankabirwa assures the public of the exit route in case UNOC acts in contrary.
I am mandated as a Minister of Energy to nominate another person, but with approval of Cabinet. So we have put security.
Nevertheless, if the legislation succeeds, Government of Uganda remains in active dialogue with the Kenyan government to ensure a smooth implementation of the shift in policy.
But this is the real timing for me to strike. And I am striking.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Now, after the chairperson of the Uganda Human Rights Commission said that she's not sure of existence of the abducted and disappeared NUP supporters, NUP leadership in Parliament has decided to profile the families of the missing persons. Opposition Chief Whip John Baptist Nambeshe says they still stand on their position of not returning to the House until government gives a clear response to their query.
The opposition in Parliament has boycotted the parliamentary proceedings for the fourth time, stating that government has not provided answers to their queries of abductions and disappearance of their supporters.
Our boycott is still on, and we are not about to relent or throw our hands into the air to call it off until our demands are yielded to by the government.
Opposition Chief Whip John Baptist Nambeshe says that the opposition has had several meetings with the Deputy Speaker over the matter, but in vain. He demanded for answers to consider returning to the House.
Because for them they make mention of only 18, but there are even more. And for them they are even skewed in the central region. But we have even many more mysterious disappearances of the citizenry in other parts of the country.
The National Unity Platform, however, has embarked on profiling the families of the missing persons.
It was imperative, it was our duty to provide information to the public, to provide information to the regime, to provide information to Mariam Wangadia and her commission if they think or if they're saying these people don't exist. So we have gone to all the families of the 18 missing Ugandans, and we've come out with a documentary. This documentary premieres tomorrow. It is in 18 episodes.
For real, these people exist, their families exist, and the fact that their families will be giving testimonies about their lost loved ones. So it will mean that government will be tasked to go down and investigate more.
Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gwitabenji, Parliament.
A State Minister for Disability Affairs, Asamo Helen, wants the public to use appropriate means of communication when passing information concerning HIV/AIDS to persons with different impairments. She was launching the translated version of the National Policy Guidelines on Ending Stigma and Discrimination Among Persons with Disabilities to reduce the spread of the pandemic.
End AIDS by 2030.
Poor access to information about HIV, especially among people with disabilities, is still a major bottleneck to ending the spread of the pandemic among PWDs.
You find the AIDS Commission of that time, maybe this time it has improved, will demonstrate that if you want to use a condom, they will bring a banana and say, here is a banana. We are going to dress the banana, and then thereafter you can do the needful. Poor blind people went and bought Bogoya and dressed the Bogoya and went live. Your messaging is very important. Uganda AIDS Commission. All the communities here, we don't speak the same language. You might be very excited with your Bogoya demonstrating, but for us we know it's the Bogoya which is going to wear the condom, place it near you, and you go to business.
The translated version of the National Policy Guidelines on Ending Stigma and Discrimination Among People with Disabilities will bridge the communication gap about HIV/AIDS and the global cause of ending HIV by 2030.
In a layman's language, something positive is something good. Something negative is something bad. Now, what are we striving at as deaf persons? I'll give you an example. Someone being positive will be very happy. Oh, I'm positive, and that's good. You understand? It's a good thing because they don't understand the semantics and the depth of what one is meant by being positive or negative.
But of course, it is also a fact that they are stigmatized by the community members, they are stigmatized by some health workers, and so to fight all that stigma and improve access to care, we have come up with these guidelines.
The Executive Director, Uganda National Association for the Blind, Biekwaso Charles, says this initiative will help PWDs in accessing services. However, there is still more to be done.
Previously, all the information, and I think even still minimal, much as all these books have been put into Braille. But what about the labels for medicine? I have a friend of mine who died because of HIV/AIDS. He was fearing. He was blind, fearing for somebody to read for him the labels of medicine put on the papers. So he could screen, hide, maybe treat himself, give himself, but at times he could not complete the dose. Eventually, this guy perished.
The versions target people with visual and hearing impairments. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Innovation.
Thanks, Mary, for that report there. Now, the Director, Presidential Initiative for Skilling the Girl and Boy Child, Dr. Faith Katana, has cleared the air on the alleged rumor of the Machinde Initiative branch lacking funds to run it. She stated that the Skilling Initiative is a government project that cannot fail to be run. She was at a one-day registration of new trainees into the Skilling project, as we hear in this story.
Thousands of youth have flocked to 9 centers of the Presidential Initiative on Skilling of the Girl and Boy Child to register under the program. The 9 skilling centers are spread across the 5 divisions of Kampala, including Nakawa, Machinde, Kampala Central, Rubaga, and Kawempe. This project was in 2017 initiated by President Museveni with an aim of empowering underprivileged youth in Kampala through the skilling. Dr. Hilary Musoke Sanja, the private secretary to His Excellency the President in charge of youth in agriculture, value addition and export promotion, revealed that the high number of youth who want to register for the presidential initiative shows that they have embraced the program.
We are very much aware. We've seen thousands and thousands of young people joining the lines and really showing and witnessing that this program is a game changer to the vulnerable poor as targeted by the President. This program looks at only those vulnerable young people who never got a chance to go to school, who dropped out of school, who dropped out of secondary, and have nothing to do.
Dr. Hilary Musoke advised Ugandans not to politicize the skilling program, noting that the President targets transforming the lives of young people and that the initiative targets enterprises that are focused on import substitution like tailoring and carpentry.
I appeal to the young people of Uganda, young people of Kampala, and the leaders at large. Please, please, please, let us not mix politics with economic empowerment programs of the President. In the beginning, people were saying that Mzee is trying to buy the young people. No, the President is trying to make them relevant in communities. He's trying to make them productive because NRM, INUP, FDC, ODP does not bring food on the table of the young people.
The Special Presidential Assistant on Education and Skilling, Dr. Faith Katana, says there are many vulnerable youth in Kampala, which has escalated immoral acts. However, the Skilling Initiative will help transform the lives of these youth.
And since this is an army and the government of Uganda, that if these youths are skilled, because this is skilling, which means there isn't a lot of theory. So they are practically skilled to produce, to have a product.
During the one-day registration of new trainees, there was a relatively lower number of different presidential initiative centers compared to their different intakes. This was attributed to the timing of the registration that happened at a time when holidaymakers are at school.
Actually, we want those ones who have been yearning for a skill.
So far, we have registered 490 students, but we expect to register 560 this intake.
A number of beneficiaries expressed their enthusiasm towards the initiative.
Told me to bring only 4 passport photos, the national ID and the LC1 letter. There's no any requirement like money or bribing. There's no. This is true, and I encourage all my brothers and sisters who are outside there when you hear this again, you can come with one heart and join this.
We are so glad for you having given us this opportunity to go back to school. I've took a course of construction and I'm well pleased.
In 2017, President Museveni initiated the project to empower underprivileged youth in Kampala through skilling. Since its inception, 35,728 students have enrolled in the project, and early this month alone, 16,797 beneficiaries graduated from the program. The Presidential Initiative on Skilling the Girl and Boy Child offers skills in 16 courses of carpentry, plumbing, bakery, tailoring and electronics, among others, at the different centers.
Now, the Directorate of Social Economic Monitoring and Research in the Office of the President has organized an oversight inspection exercise of service delivery in the sub-regions of Lango and West Nile. The exercise has commenced today, the 31st of October 2023, with the aim of amplifying the quality of public services and ensuring accountability.
The Office of the President has organized this monitoring exercise to assess the implementation status of both central and local government projects.
Accordingly, the Office of the President has organized this joint inspection to move down to the grassroots. We've been receiving reports of these activities that government has been doing in roads, in water and sanitation. So we go down to verify whether what is documented is the same with what is on the ground. And we realize that through this engagement, if we find that some local governments are not implementing some other projects the way it should be, after telling them what to do, most of them try to improve. And this improve on service delivery.
This inspection exercise, beginning on 31st October, is one of the efforts targeting improvement of service delivery in sub-regions of Lango and West Nile.
Much as government has done a lot in this area, we still have some few gaps, which has led to some 39% of Ugandans who are still living subsistence economy. And these gaps, among others, are corruption, poor inspection, supervision by the concerned officers. And this inspection is beginning on the 31st of October. And the exercise will be conducted in Arua City, in Arua District, in Madeokolo, in Adjumani, and in Pakwach, that is West Nile sub-region. And in Lango sub-region, we are going to be in Oyam, we are going to be in Otuke, we are going to be in Aleptong, we are going to be in Amolata and Kole. That is from Lango sub-region.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Now, the Church of Uganda has signed a memorandum of understanding with Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, to address the increasing cases of global warming in the country. The signing was held at the Church of Uganda provincial offices at Namirembe Hill. Susan Naunga reports.
The effect of climate change in Uganda is increasingly severely affecting the lives of many. This has led to unpredictable extreme weather conditions and disasters, among others. Church of Uganda has signed a memorandum of understanding with Uganda National Oil Company at the Church of Uganda provincial offices at Namirembe Hill in Kampala.
And Uganda Atlantic.
The active Chief Executive Director, Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, Mike Mugero, highlights the purpose of the memorandum and called upon stakeholders to engage the environmental degradation agenda in the country.
96,000 deforestation alerts in October this month, which affected an area of about 1,000 hectares. These statistics are not just numbers, but a testament to the situation's urgency. Conservation of already existing natural resources, reforestation, afforestation of selected areas, supporting local communities to establish and manage selected climate mitigation and adaptation initiatives at household level, among others.
Reverend Agaba Andrew of the Church of Uganda is optimistic that the signing will yield results for Christians and the entire country.
Is to contribute to the development of climate action program as aligned to the goals of the Alliance of Climate Resilience that is going to be a product. Identification of land for conservation, reforestation and afforestation. Church of Uganda will identify land that is available for us to begin planting trees for conservation, reforestation and afforestation purposes. 3, participate in raising of tree seedlings in National Forest Authority certified tree nursery beds for planting in the identified areas.
The Memorandum of Understanding between Church of Uganda and UNOC will run for 4 years. Deborah Namamonde, Susan Nabugudde, UBC News.
To Mayuge district now, where it's not good news from there because a resident of Mayuge district, Hassan Kafude, has been sentenced to 45 years imprisonment, while Kabale Mubarak was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment after court found them guilty of child sacrifice and human trafficking. Justice Batema David of Iganga High Court Circuit sentenced the accused to such a deterrent sentence.
On 12th September 2023, Justice Batema David of Iganga High Court Circuit convicted Hassan Kafude and Kabale Mubaraka for trafficking in persons, contrary to Section 4A, 5C of the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act. According to the evidence on record, the court heard that on 6 June 2017 at Masita village in Mayuge district, the two chopped off the head and genitals of a child in a ritual sacrifice. Although the deceased's father, Ewan Muita Issa, pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment, Hassan Kafude and Kabale Mubaraka pleaded not guilty. The trial judge Batema David sentenced Hassan Kafude to 45 years in prison.
It is a very serious crime and one of the rarest. I shall give the convicts a long custodial sentence. They are both first offenders but are unremorseful. On the count of trafficking in persons as charged, I sentence Etu Hassan Kafude to 52 years of imprisonment. I deduct the period the convict has spent on remand, which is 6 years and 1 month.
However, since Kabale Mubaraka, who was a witch doctor at Masita village, didn't actively participate in the offences, court sentenced him to 3 years imprisonment.
Kabale Mubaraka, who failed to report this matter to police, and has been convicted of being an accessory after the fact of trafficking in persons, considering that he has spent over 6 years on remand.
The evidence in that trial indicates that Muita Issa, the father to the deceased, confessed to work with Hassan Kafude from Masita Trading Center, Mayuge District, to a sugarcane plantation, where he presented his son to Kafude for sacrifice.
And I'm grateful that this matter has come to an end. At the end of the day, we have a decision. Much as it is not what we expected, but at least we have an end to this matter. So I'm going to discuss with my clients and we see the way forward. If they're willing to go for an appeal, then we shall see what to do.
In the matter, prosecution was represented by the Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions, Rachel Bihore, and the Head of Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Division, Deborah Namamonde. Yusuf Obo, UBC News.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli bukoto era lero wetugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omuwanguzi waffe wano wetuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN eweereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona voice bundles. Dial *100 *1#. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Lagos.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us on sign language. It is Elizabeth Nakakoni, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Moving on now, Minister of State for Luweero Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, has made a commitment to construct 3 new classroom blocks for Buhuhira Primary School in the forthcoming financial year. She provided 200 iron sheets to support the construction of classrooms, addressing the issue of overcrowding due to an influx of students. Kaboyo, along with the Minister of State for ICT, Godfrey Kabyanga, has spearheaded a fundraising initiative geared to gather a total of 116.8 million shillings to construct classroom blocks and enhance the learning environment.
Buhuhira government-aided primary school located in Kasese district currently accommodates 633 students in 2 classroom blocks, sheds and a church room block. The learning experience of these students is compromised due to inadequate and poorly structured classroom facilities.
Now these 3 posts you're seeing here are the ones holding this structure, but it's just not only a structure, but this is a classroom block for the people studying at Buhuhira Primary School.
Where when it rains, both pupils and teachers run away in fear of its collapse, and others conduct the lessons in the church in a way that if a church is having an activity to be carried there, learners are also told to go out of home.
Some face the other end, others face the other end. So the church has really helped us because in the same church we have 2 classrooms.
To address this problem, Minister of State for Luweero Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, and Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, took proactive measures by providing iron sheets to roof the classrooms and also actively participated in fundraising efforts to raise 116.8 million shillings required to establish 4 new classroom blocks.
Blocks, classroom blocks ishatu na tuanza latrines.
Because the gift of iron sheets that has brought to us will really contribute to the construction of 4 classrooms, for roofing the 4 classrooms.
I came with 200 pieces of iron sheets. I can see that the roof is already rusted and leaking, so they can start with this as we prepare to build the school.
One of the challenges faced by the school is high dropout rate, especially among girls. Early marriages and the absence of female teachers catering to their needs contribute to this issue, resulting in more than 100 girls dropping out.
Our appeal to government to at least secure money and build staff quarters at primary schools which are deep in the mountains, so that the teachers can start staying there. But otherwise it's very, very complicated for female teachers. Some of the teachers in those schools, they walk close to 5 kilometers a day to go and teach.
Kasese district is home to over 240 government-aided primary schools, with 118 schools located in remote areas. These schools collectively serve 68,513 learners, showcasing the district's commitment to education despite the challenges. Ivan Kahwa and Dan Lugemwa in Kasese.
A delegation from Tanzania is in Uganda to familiarize with the contract monitoring system that Uganda's Public Procurement and Disposal of Assets Authority uses in monitoring the procurement process. According to the officials, usage of the digital platform will enable promotion of transparency and accountability throughout the contract procurement process back in Tanzania.
The contract monitoring system is a digital platform designed to enhance contract monitoring efforts across the country. Since its implementation, the digital tool has aided in the collection of real-time data related to various projects and the promotion of transparency in the procurement process.
This village monitor can be there deep in Toronko and then records a video of works that are ongoing, takes pictures, puts the data on that phone, and we get that data in real time. There and then actually the information is transmitted to our headquarters. So we can reach out and say these goods have been delivered, these items, these agricultural inputs, these goods or seedlings or have been delivered, but what type of inputs are we talking about? Are they really worth value for money?
It is against this backdrop that a delegation from Tanzania is in the country to gain knowledge on how to utilize the contract monitoring system in keeping a close watch on the status and performance of contracts.
As you are aware, also the contract implementation as far as the procurement is concerned has been a problem for the entire East African. So what is being done in Uganda have been thought to be useful, so at least we can come and learn. And bear in mind with the government issues, the government insufficient workers, and the number of PEs compared with the number of officers we have, it was found very imperative to have these discussions, or at least we can involve CSOs so that we can get the feedback of what is being implemented in Tanzania.
To reduce on the shortcomings in contract implementation and performance, the general public has been urged to hold relevant authorities in their communities accountable.
Most times, these chief administrative officers who are the accounting officers of these districts at times may not know what is on the ground also, because they depend on engineers who are like contract managers and also the contractors. So if they don't get feedback, at times they are not aware that actually even work has been abandoned. They can even end up paying for ghost services or ghost works.
PPD's primary role is to regulate and oversee public procurement and the disposal of goods and services while safeguarding the interests of the public and government. Charlotte Amoge and Juma Samba for UBC News.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and the International Labour Organization have passed out the first cohort of 90 apprentices after a training of 12 months. Now, these are specifically refugees and some from refugee hosting communities and have been equipped with skills in hotel management. Minister Betty Amongi has committed to enroll more youths to reduce on the rate of unemployment in the country.
The apprenticeship program equips young educated and semi-educated youth with self-employment in service provision.
That if you give people skills, if we invest in giving people skills, then they will be capable of creating jobs. And this is the example.
We need private sector. It's great if people have skill, but they need to be employed somewhere. So we really need private sector to be driving these developments to make sure that those who have been endowed with these skills actually find jobs.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and the International Labour Organization and Uganda Hotel Owners Association have trained 90 youths in hotel management.
Has played a pivotal role in the development and implementation of this program. Their unwavering commitment to creating opportunities for young people and their dedications to skills development have been instrumental in the success of this program.
that we are going to continue this journey with you. There is an ask from the graduates that we scale up. We have already done that by doubling the numbers, and Yehoah can speak to that. But most of all, we are happy that you have not disappointed us.
These have been certified by the Directorate of Industrial Training.
Some of our products, we find them, they have level 1, but they are already supervising. So I don't go there to disturb, but our level 1 means work under maximum supervision. And that level 1 is equivalent to government trade test level 3 of Kenya.
Theory part of the training was obtained from Uganda Institute of Hotel and Tourism Training Institute, Jinja. Apprentices have been absorbed in 60 hotels across the country.
The program received a 97.7% completion rate. 90, that means the 90 students out of 95, 90 students completed, which gives us 66% who are male and 34% female.
The Youth Apprenticeship Program offers unemployment youth an opportunity to work with micro and small businesses. Abdul Nasser Luwama and Rogers Kumagum for UBC.
The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Okello Oryem, has hailed the Turkish community in Uganda for investing in Uganda's manufacturing and education sectors, which has spurred social and economic development. This was during celebrations here in Kampala to mark 100 years of Turkey as a modern republic.
The State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Okello Oryem, says the Turkish community's robust investment in Uganda has created jobs, enhanced education opportunities, improved Uganda's security capabilities, and also improved the health sector.
On behalf of the government and the people of Uganda, I extend through you to the government and the People's Republic of Turkey our warmest congratulations on this anniversary of the founding of the Republic of Turkey. In the last decades, we have also witnessed the trade volumes between our two countries increased by 8-fold in exports, from US dollars $4.56 million to $41.2 million. Although the trade deficit on the side of Uganda is still high, standing at US dollars $40 million. Uganda and Turkey enjoy strong and excellent bilateral relations, which serve as a platform for increased cooperation in critical areas such as trade and investment, agriculture, mechanization, technological transfer, military and defense, security, diplomacy, and emerging global issues.
The Turkish ambassador to Uganda, Mehmet Fatih Ak, re-echoed that the anniversary has come at a time when the two nations are harmonizing travel requirements, asserting that this is the right time to fast-track the initiative.
The bilateral trade volume between our countries reached $94 million in 2022. Which is far behind reflecting our true potential. Together with our colleagues in Kampala and the Ugandan embassy in Ankara, we are working closely to increase the number of reciprocal visits of business delegations. I believe that infrastructure development is the key to Uganda's welfare and prosperity. Therefore, we are happy and proud of our construction company's contributions to this end and so far, and expect new ones in the near future. Concerning development assistance, Turkish Coordination and Development Agency TİKA has been doing a great job. They have completed over 70 projects in Uganda in various fields so far, and currently they are working on new ones.
Crispus, Irene Itwe, UBC News.
Now, the welfare of the elderly alongside other vulnerable persons continues to raise debate among social protection advocates in Uganda. Renowned economist Dr. Ezra Suruma decries poor funding for the cause, which leaves the elderly living in subhuman situations. This was during a national dialogue on social protection here in Kampala, where the chairperson Uganda Parliamentary Forum on Social Protection, Flavia Kabahenda, called for philanthropy in supporting the cause. Henry Okrot reports.
This is Joan Babirie, a youthful fashion designer, speaking to social protection advocates through an interpreter.
I can go to different public places.
She is sharing a testimony of what happened when she embraced social protection through Girls Promote Girls initiative.
The Girls Empowering Girls program was able to send me money, the cash transfer, which I was able to use to start my own business, and I was also taught the skill of tailoring.
Such are people whose welfare activists have always advanced. Gidudu Mafwabi is the Minister of State for the Elderly Persons Affairs.
You will recall that government in 2015 approved the National Social Protection Policy, which provides the framework for implementation of social protection programs in the country.
Top among the concerns is funding for the welfare of the elderly and disabled communities. Flavia Kabahenda agrees with other members of the Uganda Parliamentary Forum on social protection.
If people can collect some money towards some cause, maybe child-friendly social protection that we have said here, but if there are no diligent management processes, then people will be discouraged and they will stop their philanthropy.
Some people still think that our time is over, which is not the case. And as social protection, we are trying to advocate for our existence.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Community Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, and economist Ezra Suluma both want funding for the elderly movement adjusted.
The biggest question of our time has been how to ensure that social protection is financed in the most sustainable manner, and then with the sustainable development goals, and specifically SDG 1 to 3, that calls upon countries to implement nationally appropriate social protection systems for all.
No Ugandan should be left to starve to death. No Ugandan should be consistently homeless, sleeping in open air. No Ugandan should be without basic medical care or health insurance.
The national dialogue has been held under the theme, Investment in Social Protection Across the Life Cycle. Henry Okrut, UBC.
We'll take yet another short break and return with the latest in business.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates back to ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Mbakemye lubona mubere muri kolati
ndide kulagira ono ngeri gyebawayo kumbaga ya mwene ngwakozesa momope
eisimu eriwa gye buliko
tola yesimu wena nakobya ironi geisimu tobulira
eisimu nyingi
niga sita ndala mukaga ichano sita isatu otewe ashi onige yes balese chawo
balese merchant code gye balisaba mama kadi bati
kayo buzono wachi tamu nsanvu mirundi esatu
balisaba
tamu esente lewe
baleta
mobile money
bali kunsa bapini
ebucha utampiniyo
iwa imwe sasula
aye baba embaga ya mwene mwekuwoniza
pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bio Research Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703-152-152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona voice bundles. Dial *100*1#. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Welcome back. Let's have a look now at the latest in business. Makerere University Innovation Hub has organized an Innovations and Agro-Processing Machine Expo to expose university students and parents to innovations from the agricultural academic institutions. Acting Manager, Mark Innovation Hub, Dr. Kathy Ikiror Mbide, told UBC that the aim is to promote innovation and value addition in the agricultural sector.
One of the key challenges the country is faced with is the high graduate unemployment, which is over 50, maybe 50 or over 150,000 students graduate in universities annually. But 9 out of, maybe 8 or 9 out of 10 get a job. So where is the challenge, where is the problem? One is because they have not been exposed while still at the university.
And then the success of some of the innovations are now attracting different investors who are coming in and talking to us so as to be able to scale them further. So in terms of being able to see that youth in our country can actually be able to be invested in agro processing, they need access to equipment, but not only that, they need to be skilled effectively. And if one has access to equipment, they are being able to be skilled, then the next thing will be the market. The market is one of the things which kills many of the entrepreneurs in the country.
Now, in addition, as a country, we are also faced with a very high youth unemployment, over 78% level of youth unemployment. The issue is, what is wrong? What can be done? Should we wait for these young people to get out of the universities? We are saying no. If we can partner with institutions, with the industry players, because as a university we do not manufacture machines, but we have young people, we have experts in terms of the faculty who have the knowledge, who have the skill, who have the expertise.
The Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Michael Atingi Ego, says at least 50% of Ugandans in the money economy save for various reasons, with most saving for immediate consumption. He was addressing dignitaries of various banks and financial institutions celebrating World Savings Day.
Savings is the anchor for everything, but then all the other pillars have got to be talked to.
Central Bank encourages all Ugandans in the money economy to utilize the available regulated financial institutions when saving.
After saving your cash in a financial institution through various means, including mobile money, we encourage you not to withdraw, or what we call cash out, because by keeping your money and using some of the financial services there, like the savings, you earn interest on your digital accounts.
Interest earned on savings for individuals in commercial banks have remained low, ranging from 2 to 5% per annum.
If whatever you saved is overtaken by inflation, if you get a 9%, 5, 6, 7, and inflation and other things overtakes that, luckily our inflation is lower than that, the issue of saving can be meaningless. And that's why many people look for alternatives.
Commercial banks seem to prefer lending to government for profit maximization because disposable incomes of their Ugandan customers are still low.
So you find that they are trying to utilize the little money they have to meet their basic needs. So the financial pressures maybe do not allow them to save as much as they want. But others, is simply a lifestyle issue. And for others, they are not aware, okay, I could say financial literacy is still low.
The 2020 Central Bank Financial Capability Survey shows that 50% of Ugandans save, of whom 40% save for immediate consumption, while 20% save for specific goals. Wadulo Mark Arnold, UBC News in Kampala.
Now, the President of Kenya, William Ruto, has urged African leaders to invest in science, technology and innovation in order to deal with hunger and poverty in Africa. Mr. Ruto echoed this in a speech read for him by the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mithika Linturi, during the African Conference on Agricultural Technologies held in Nairobi, Kenya.
Over 500 delegates, including agricultural scientists, policymakers and researchers, are attending the African Conference on Agricultural Technologies, running on the theme Agricultural Resilience through Innovation. The conference seeks to devise ways of addressing challenges facing Africa's agricultural sector. The President of Kenya, William Ruto, in a speech read for him by the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mithika Linturi, emphasized the need for African leaders to increase investment in science, technology and innovation to address challenges facing the agricultural sector.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a well-known fact that the effective application of science, technology and innovation in agriculture is a powerful tool that can achieve two goals of improving productivity across value chains, while at the same time building resilience to the effects of climate change. There are remarkable innovations that can help farmers address the challenges of drought and pests through drought-tolerant, pest-resistant crops.
The former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, highlights the significance of science, technology and innovation in fostering agricultural transformation in Africa.
Of course, Africans need to adopt technology to produce our food. For some, let me say, four main reasons and others. First is to feed our population, because just like Maslow's law, we all need food first, even before we wear clothes. Then we must produce raw materials for industries. We must also produce raw materials, process it and export to earn foreign exchange. And one key thing is that we must create jobs for our teeming population.
The Executive Director for African Agricultural Technology Foundation, Dr. Canasius Kanangiri, highlighted that investment in science, technology and innovation by African countries will accelerate the achievement of sustainable development goals.
We recognize that this aspiration can only be fulfilled by incorporating science, technology and innovation into the national development plans and investment decisions of our continent and our individual countries. The journey towards revolutionizing agriculture through technology is a collective endeavor, guided by a shared vision and purpose.
Uganda's Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Frank Tumwebaze, called for investment in appropriate technologies to transform farming models in Africa.
I think the other technology we need to talk about is in two ways. There is the physical machinery to mechanize agriculture. This we need to talk about it. Just imagine a large-scale commercial farmer having 300 acres of coffee, having 100 and above acres of maize. Gone are the days of gathering a few ladies and young people to harvest. So you need machinery appropriate per value chain stage. At planting, I need an appropriate planter, and which is climate friendly.
The conference is expected to identify solutions to catalyze efficient, inclusive, resilient agricultural systems in Africa. I'm Nafka Farida and Adiana Kuti.
Sports news now, and Giants Kenya are set to tussle Zambia in the Victoria Cup second game clash at Kyadondo Rugby Grounds. This will be a precursor to the game against Uganda over the weekend. Meanwhile, Uganda Kickboxing Federation returns to the limelight, sending a fighter to Nigeria. Take a watch.
Victoria Cup Rugby Tournament, Zambia returns into action against Kenya at Kyadondo Rugby Grounds this Wednesday. Kenya has been in residential training in Kakamega and looks at a winning start before taking on host Uganda on November 5th at Kings Park in a fixture that also doubles up as the opening match of the Agon Cup. The Victoria Cup, last contested in 2019 and won by Zimbabwe, sees no title defense from the former champions in Uganda this year. The two rivals, Uganda and Kenya, will revive their clash with last meeting in the Rugby Africa Cup, where the Kenyans triumphed in the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, after a while without international engagements, Uganda Kickboxing Federation has flagged off Rebecca Amongi to Nigeria for the Africa Kickboxing Challenge.
I'm going for the fight in Nigeria. Been training, I'm ready for the girl, I'm ready to win this fight.
Okukungula ku ntuyo zaabwe blood and sweat badde bakola ki bwe ba trainingira n'embeera gye bakoleramu emirimu gyabwe, naye kati wano ye saawa okulaga ensi nti talent mu Uganda gyeri, era omwana ono I'm sure she's going to exhibit the best of her skills in this game.
Representing Uganda Police, Amongi is upbeat to challenge against Nigeria's Gertrude Ndoze this weekend. The two will battle in the flyweight category.
And that story brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On Sign Language, it has been Elizabeth Nakakoni, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Uganda's oil discovery heralds a transformative era, poised to elevate the nation through robust infrastructure and poverty reduction. Witness the progress. The Albertine Region's International Airport nears completion, boasting top-tier quality. Hoima, our commercial hub, is experiencing substantial growth. Oil is set to contribute a staggering net present value of $2 billion annually, 10% of GDP, for over 2 decades. While skeptics label oil a curse, Uganda is steering